Imagine standing in front of a mountain and realizing that the faces staring back at you were carved directly into solid rock nearly a century ago. 4 enormous faces, 1 massive mountain, and a story that took 14 years, hundreds of workers, and an incredible amount of determination to complete. This is Mount Rushmore. Deep in the Black Hills of South Dakota, 4 American presidents look out across the landscape: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. But Mount Rushmore is more than just a famous landmark. Behind those faces is a story of ambition, engineering, danger, and human effort. And once you discover how this mountain was transformed, it becomes even more remarkable. The story of Mount Rushmore began with an idea. In the 1920s, South Dakota historian Don Robinson wanted to create a monumental attraction that would bring more visitors to the Black Hills. But the original plan wasn't to carve presidents into a mountain. Then sculptor Gutzon Borglum became involved, and he imagined something much bigger, a monument that could represent the history and ideals of the United States. After searching for the right location, Mount Rushmore was chosen. In 1927, the massive project officially began. What followed was 14 years of drilling, blasting, climbing, and carefully moving enormous amounts of granite. Hundreds of workers took part in the project. They worked high above the ground, often suspended from the mountain while operating heavy equipment and carefully shaping the stone. The conditions could be dangerous, and the work required extraordinary precision. Yet remarkably, no workers died during the carving of the monument. Little by little, the mountain began to change. The scale of Mount Rushmore is difficult to understand until you see it in person. The faces are each about 60 feet high, carved directly into the granite of the Black Hills. Workers use drills, dynamite, and hand tools to remove huge amounts of rock before carefully finishing the surfaces. And getting to the work areas was a challenge by itself. Workers climbed hundreds of stairs each day to reach the mountain. Imagine doing that day after day, year after year, while working hundreds of feet above the ground. Each president was chosen for a reason. George Washington represents the birth of the nation. Thomas Jefferson represents its expansion. Abraham Lincoln represents the preservation of the Union. And Theodore Roosevelt represents the development of the United States. Together, their faces tell a story of a nation changing over time. And as the years passed, what had once been an ordinary mountain slowly became one of the most recognizable landmarks in America. The carving was finally completed in 1941. By then, the project had gone through years of difficult work, changing plans, financial challenges, and the death of Gutzon Borglum. His son, Lincoln Borglum, continued the work and helped bring the project to completion. But Mount Rushmore's story didn't end there. Over the decades, the surrounding area developed into a destination where people could experience the monument, explore the Black Hills, and learn about the history behind it. Today, visitors from across the United States and around the world come to see these enormous faces carved into the mountain. And when you stand there in person, photographs don't quite capture the feeling. You begin to notice the enormous scale of the granite, the surrounding forests, the changing light across the mountain, and the incredible amount of human effort behind it all. Nearly a century later, Mount Rushmore still stands above the Black Hills. 4 faces carved into stone. One mountain transformed into history. And a remarkable reminder of what human ambition can create when an idea is big enough. And people are willing to spend years turning that idea into reality. This is Mount Rushmore.